On today's child seat review segment, we are taking a look at the 2016 Honda Civic. This is the all-new 10th generation Civic, and it has grown over the last generation. As usual, this is a Graco Classic Ride 50 child seat. It is a convertible seat suitable for forward or rearward facing installation and children between 4 and 50 pounds. The Classic Ride 50 is a very average child seat in terms of dimensions. So in terms of width, height, etc., this is right in the middle of the pack. You will be able to find narrower child seats or wider child seats, and that will impact their ability to put several across the back of any car. The first step, of course, is to move the front seat as far forward as is possible. You do want about an inch of clearance between your knees and the dashboard. You also want to put the seat in as upright of a position as is comfortable. Fortunately, headroom in this generation Civic is generous, even though we have the optional sunroof. Even though the Civic's roofline has this very sloping profile that you can see right here, it's a very coupe-like look, we do have a reasonable amount of room in the back. This amount of room means that we can just barely install a rearward-facing child seat behind a 6-foot-tall person up front. That is a little bit surprising, but it's all down to the fact that the Civic has gotten a little bit bigger in this generation. When installing a rearward-facing child seat, it is important to make sure that they're installed at the proper angle and that they're properly fastened into the vehicle. You want to make sure that they're very tight in the vehicle so there's not a whole lot of movement, and you want to make sure that the level indicator on the side of the child seat has the little ball in the green zone. When it comes to the 3-across child seat test, the Civic surprised me, and you could do this in a pinch if you needed to, but these seats are very, very close to the door. There's very little room between the door and the child seat itself, and that does pose a possible danger problem because you want to make sure that the side curtain airbags, if they deploy outside the seat, not inside the seat. If this situation describes you, you will want to find either narrower child seats than these Graco Classic Ride 50 seats, or you're going to want to step up to a wider car like a Honda Accord. When it comes to anchors, we have 2 sets of latch anchors for the outboard seating positions only and 3 top tether anchors. Now the top tether anchors do require that you route it over these fixed headrests, and they can leave indentations on the fabric or the leather. For a compact sedan, the Civic does have quite a large trunk, and that makes it a lot easier to put large roller bags like this 26-inch roller bag or this 24-inch roller bag right there in the trunk. Now, in a page from Nissan's playbook, Honda also allows you to put a 24-inch roller bag in that upright position, making this cargo area even more handy. The height of the cargo area also means that it's very easy to put child seats in sideways in the cargo area rather than trying to insert them narrow end in first like you have to do in some compact sedans out there. It made it a lot easier to put 3 child seats in the trunk. With the child seat on its side and completely in the trunk, you'll also notice there's actually a little bit of extra room above the child seat itself. All this put together means that the Civic is one of the more accommodating compact sedans in the United States at this time. Be sure and check out the full review on the 2016 Civic coming up on my channel in the next day or so, and I'll see you next week.